Welfare in the United States commonly refers to federal government programs that have been put in place to assist the unemployed or underemployed. A number of government agencies were created to oversee the welfare program, but today people continuously find ways to cheat the system. The Great Depression in the 1930s brought on tremendous changes in the United States. The country was under the presidential leadership of Herbert Hoover, who was unable to pull the country out of the Depression. Then, Theodore Roosevelt won the presidential election, and he signed into law the welfare system. The welfare system was initially set up to assist in the aid for the farmers and other poor citizens until they were able to get a job or to generate some income. By 1935, a national welfare system had been established for the first time in American history. From the beginning, it was believed that welfare system should not be established. As the welfare system grew bigger, so did the controversy. One of President Bill Clinton's promises was to do away with the welfare system as it currently was, so he did this by signing the Responsibility and Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act. He turned most of the welfare system back in control of the states. Under the act, the federal government gives annual lump sums to the states to assist teams for the poor. In turn, the states must adhere to certain criteria to ensure that those receiving aid are being encouraged to move from welfare to work. It has been debated if this program is successful. In my opinion, we should monitor the problem closer to help get the welfare system back into a controlled, unabused level. My first solution is drug testing. Recipients should be required to take random drug screenings. This would help ensure that the assistance is not being used on drugs and other harmful substances. Working people have to take drug tests to get a job, and some companies have their employees take random drug tests in order to keep their job and maintain a safe working environment. My next solution is to have the able individuals find a job within 6 months of applying for welfare. If they are able to get a job, then the government could assist them with a supplement to become above poverty level. The way it is set up now, the people are better off not working, and there is no incentive for them to even get a job. If that policy alone was changed, there would be extra money to create jobs, and this would stimulate the economy. If they do not get a job, then the recipient should be required to participate in some type of community service for 40 hours a week. Lastly, a very controversial suggestion would be after one pregnancy, some type of birth control should be mandated. After having one child, the person should be responsible to pay for the next pregnancy. This would take a huge burden off the American people who work, pay taxes, and assist in paying for very high insurance every month. By doing just one or all of the above suggestions, the state could save millions of dollars a month and encourage a more suitable welfare system. Ever since welfare was established, the original use has been abused. Instead of promoting families to find jobs, people use the system as a way of living, and this cycle needs to end. I'm now going to interview a local businesswoman. We'll ask you a few questions about welfare.
Sure.
First off, are you employed?
Yes, I actually have a business.
What's your occupation?
I am the owner and administrator.
Okay. So you're familiar with the welfare system?
I am familiar with the welfare system.
Are you ever drug tested for your job?
We actually perform drug testing before we hire a person. We also perform random drug testing, and we do drug testing if there's any incident or accident occurrence that happens on the job. And we're actually required to do that by insurance companies in order to obtain insurance.
So So what would happen if one of your employees failed a drug screening?
They would be fired.
How do you feel about welfare recipients not being drug tested?
I actually think it's really unfair. People have to pass drug tests in order to work, but yet they're not tested to be able to receive free money from the government.
In your opinion, what should be the consequences if a welfare recipient tested positive for drugs if they were drug tested?
If they were drug tested, I think initially they could get a 1 month suspension without, of course this is my opinion, a 1 month suspension without assistance. And then if it's a repeated and they fail again, I think they should be banned from receiving assistance.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.